Hi, so today I'm going to talk about exercise versus movement versus three-dimensional movement. And the reason being is that a lot of times I've read in articles that say that exercise, even though it's good, it also is the number one thing that causes wear and tear on your joints. And then you have to have the end result, the worst result being knee replacement sometimes. So then how do you move and exercise and actually protect your joints? So there's a differentiate. So I think exercise is something that have a repetitive movement to it, say like running or a sport where you just do a pattern over and over again. Versus movement to me is like walking, going up and down the stairs. So daily things that you do. And 3D movement is really what I think we do as physical therapists. So they are movements that are designed so that you limit or you prevent the wear and tear in your muscles and joints. And what I mean by that is that we look at the anatomy. So our pelvis is round and our bones are round. And our hip socket, which is often a big one because you hear about people getting hip replacements. So it's a ball and joint socket, right? So it's a ball socket. And if you keep worrying that ball in one direction over and over again, it's like driving into like a dirt road. You're wearing out, you're creating those grooves and you're wearing out the surface of the joint. But if you move the joint in a different direction, say not just forward and backwards, but side to side, and you rotate it, then it's like you're evenly distributing the stresses on that joint, and you not only decrease the wear and tear, but now you're actually creating the production of synovial fluid and all those protective mechanisms that you need for the cartilage repair and for your joints. And so, and a practical thing that I'm going to show you right now is, so what can you do? So when you're taking a walk, instead of just walking normally all the time, what you can do is you can actually try walking with your toes in. You can try walking with your toes out. You can walk backwards really wide or narrow and crossed. So that's what I mean about, and if you look at my hips again, every time I do something different, the hip has to angle in a different way. The hip has to angle out in a different way. If I'm out here, the hips are out. If I'm here, the hips are in. So you're varying the angles of your joints so that you get more even wear and tear. And that's really how you prevent it. And you can translate that to running. So if you're a runner and you're training for a half marathon, it's good to break it up sometimes, and it's good to do side shuffles, karaoke's, backward, forward. You can do all these things. You can even change the way you drive your arms, and when you drive your arms, it changes the way your hips and everything else reacts to it. So those are a couple of simple ways, but if you're training, there's even more specific things that you can do. So you can lunge not just forward, but you lunge to the side, you lunge to the back and diagonal, you lunge to the front and diagonal, you lunge crossways and backways. So there's all these different things, and we also try to teach people and utilize at least 27 different ways of how to squat. So next time you go out and you're training for something repetitive, or you're afraid to exercise, think about these little changes you can do, starting from walking to small lunging or jogging to sprinting, and doing all these different what we call jog running matrices that you can try to basically not only strengthen more muscle fibers, but also really protect your joints so that you can enjoy and do what you love for much longer. So that's my tip for today. Thank you.